What is going on, everyone? I hope you all are having another wonderful day. We're going to be breaking down E-mini futures contract once again. Nothing changes. We're going to go over our 30-minute time frame, going to go into our daily time frame, and that is it. We're not going to look at anything else. I'll review some destinations for you guys and kind of go over what happened today and the one trade that I took. I only took one trade today and did relatively well. Uh, if I sound kind of stuffed up, it's because I am. I've got these allergies going on right now, and it is not a fun time. But before we get into it, guys, if you do not mind, please leave a like down below if you're enjoying the content. If you're new, subscribe and join us. Join me as on my journey and grow with me. Hopefully, you guys learn something along the way. All right, let's get into it. So right now we're looking at our 30-minute time frame. I use 30-minute bar chart. Same thing as a candle. It just looks a little bit different. But you can see that we've been trading inside of this range, inside of this balance for several days now. 40.8850 to 41.6325. Been trading inside this range for quite some time. We got near our balance low one, two, three times and bounced each time once we got near it. This time around, we got near our balance high today, couldn't take it out, and rolled over, um, resulting in an outside day down, meaning we took out the previous day's high and the previous day's low and closed below the low. So, resulting in an outside day down. Pretty emotional and choppy day for the most part, as we had CPI data today and the Fed minutes came out. Uh, Not a lot's changed. All that is just a number for algorithms to kind of just drive this market wild and short-term traders to kind of get emotional. And you don't trade what the emotional short-term traders are trading, right? You try to trade your own market-generated information that's in front of you, what you're reading, and try not to have any biases coming into the market, right? I'm sure people were all types of bullish coming into the market, seeing that the CPI data wasn't as hot as as some people were expecting. It was actually a lot lower month over month, and so they were kind of expecting, kind of a hot number, and they were shorting this, not thinking, or excuse me, they were buying this, seeing that it was moving up, seeing that the number was all bullish, oh bullish, oh so bullish, and then guess what? Those people got ripped apart later in the morning, and then again late in the day after the Fed minutes came out, we rolled over and set new lows on the day. Um, Pretty wild day to say the least. Uh, but you can see that we are still inside of this balance. Not a lot changed. I believe the SPY future or not SPY, the SPY ETF took out its balance high by 25 cents. We got near our balance high by 2.25, 2 points and a quarter. We got right near it. Opened with a gap only to fill that gap and then roll over once we took out our initial balance low, getting the overnight low, and then attempted to go trend early in the morning. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our destinations, seeing what we did. So, zoom you guys in here a little bit. In A period, we opened with this gap, was near our balance high, and people were probably thinking, oh, gap and go, bullish news. Well, they're not thinking about the balance rules that are in place. Balance rules are significantly more important than gap rules. And we were near a balance high as well as a very significant overhead resistance area between the 4141 level to the 4208 area. So that whole range is just an area people do not want to be long in. And guess what? We were right near our balance high, opened up, rolled over, filled the gap, and then got into the previous day's range. B period tried to push up, could not get back above the open. Kind of a nuance there. C period pushed up, could not get back above the open. Another nuance showing that buyers that were up here are trapped. They're getting out of their positions and they roll this market over, as well as short term traders selling into it on the way down. We finally take out A's low, our initial balance low, roll over, take out or getting near our balance day low. Um, get near our balance day low, and then, or not our balance day low, excuse me, our previous daily low. Oh, my brain's all type of scrambled. Get near it in C period, and then attempt to have a trend day down, meaning we had single prints in C, only to fill them later in E period after D rolled down and put its toe into the set of single prints from this double distribution day here. So we got into that double distribution. Algorithms bounced this thing back up, and then we grinded higher into the Fed minutes. The one trade that I took was in F period. I began to take a short position against C's high, which I know was quite the distance away. 47 was F's high. C's high was 57. Was risking 10 points, but I had my risk in place. I just put on a one lot initially, and then just had an idea of this market was attempting to go down lower earlier in the day. Uh, maybe we'll roll over for an afternoon rally high. It didn't happen until later in the day, and I got close to getting stopped out. H, I, and J, as they were all three poor highs, meaning they got to the tick at 54.50 and supply, or excuse me, demand just shut off and supply took over, and we just rolled this thing right on over. So on the pushes up, I was actually adding to my position, thinking, I have my stop here no matter what. If the minutes come out and they decide to run my stop, I accepted the risk. But the big nuance here was for me was the fact that uh, we had the overnight low and the initial balance low, and we had held the opening earlier in the day. So I did not think that the sellers wanted to give this market up just yet. We were rejecting our balance high. So as we pushed up into 50s, I added to my position a total of a 5 lot. Added to my position, total position size was a 5 lot. Average size was right around 52. My stop was 57. So as I added risk, obviously I was risking more, but my stop did not move. I stuck with C's high, and then wanted to see if this thing could roll over and potentially make a new low on the day. But once we started to move down pretty low in J period and even in K, I couldn't help myself. I decided to take some of the position off right here at the previous day's low of day at 28.75, thinking, maybe that's all they wanted to do was get down to this and then bounce it back up. So I took my position off. I actually had my bid initially at the day's low at 41.21, which would resulted in a much larger gain on the day. But we rolled in and got near the previous day's low. I seen kind of some short covering coming in, and I decided to take it off as I had made pretty good money on the downside there, and shorting worked out really, really well. I ended up on the day 55 points. 55 points is a healthy amount. Happy with how I handled that trade. I stuck to my position and my conviction in the market, and this thing rolled over and did exactly what I was thinking it would do, and even set new lows on the day, which is kind of what I had anticipated potentially happening after F period. Do exactly what we did here, but in F period and then roll over. But it just happened a little bit later in the day. We go out with an afternoon rally high instead. But yeah, that's kind of the today's trade in a nutshell. The day's price action, a whole lot of chop, and then a rollover and liquidation late in the day. Filling the set of single prints from that double distribution day, kind of dipping our toe into that lower distribution. So, with that being said, let's mark our destinations and get you guys into our daily time frame, and then kind of show you what happened during that. So, if I could click, that would be awesome. Once again, I do appreciate you guys supporting anybody that does step in and watch these videos, and you watch it to the end. I hope you guys are, really appreciating it. As this is just me going through the market, my thought process, and you joining in with me. If you have any ideas or you took a trade similar to mine, leave a comment down below and let me know. So this is our low of day. Obviously, low of day. I cannot type today. Low of day, 1350 is our low of day. We have an afternoon rally high. We don't have a wide point of control. It is only 8 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, only 8 wide. I had a potential to end 9 wide, but did not. We didn't get back up to it in K or in L period to get 9 wide, so we only end 8 wide. Will not ignore it going forward, but will not mark it on my chart. Uh, Poor high, pretty important, or pretty kind of surprising here actually, that this 5450 level, uh, I mean, demand just shut off there 3 time frames in a row, 1, 2, 3 time frames in a row, and you can really only see that on a 30-minute chart. Yeah, you could probably see it on your 1 minute chart, your 5 minute chart, but it's more significant to see it on your 30-minute chart, and you have a little bit more conviction when taking that trade. Even if you waited to take a trade against C's high after the Fed minutes came out, in J period, and took the short there, I mean, you made really well on the day, even if you just scalped it. So, congratulations to anybody that did take that trade. Really great risk reward trade there. Afternoon rally high. And then we have today's high of day, 61 even. Really surprising after the big push up in the pre-market that that we did not take out our balance high in the futures. We did in the or the SPY, but we did not do it in the futures, which is kind of nutty. Kind of gave you a little bit of a hint of what the day could do for you. So we do end up with an outside day down, high of day, afternoon rally high, and our low of day. So if we open up inside today's range, you can expect a whole lot of chop inside today's range if we open up inside it. If we open up and take out the day's low, you do not have anything until this afternoon pullback low here at 4102.25. 40.98.75 that day's low. 40.96.50 is the next low of day, and then nothing until our balance low at 40.88.50, and then the gap fills at 40.87.75. On the upside, if we open up inside, can't take out the day's low, we rotate up, you will look to potentially test this 41.54.50 afternoon rally high area. Our 8 wide point of control was right here at the 44 level, so not to ignore. If we get near that level, you'll probably trade through it. And then obviously you have the high of day 41.61, and then the balance high here at 41.63.25. Big defense there. And notice we've pushed up near that area 2, 3, 4, 5 times now, and we've rejected pretty good. And this isn't the only time. You can see it on our daily time frame, which we're going to go ahead and look at. You can see it on our daily time frame how we pushed up into this 41.41 level, into the 42.08, and we rejected. We rejected here. Are we setting up the exact same thing here potentially? That is a good opportunity for sellers to step in, good risk reward for us to roll this thing over and backfill some of these gaps on our daily time frame. So this is our daily within our monthly range. This is what it's looking like, right? We're just kind of chopping around on our daily time frame within the monthly balance, near that monthly balance high, 41.41 to 42.08. Kind of interesting here, right? Let's look at our daily balance. Just kind of give you guys a little bit more insight here as to how that is looking. You see our daily balance forming the range that we are trading inside of. If we take out either or, you should get a really good move in either direction, in my opinion. We have a lot of steam boiling up here in the pot. At some point, it's going to overfill, and that lid's going to come off one way or the other, right? So they're going to come off, and we're going to blow the top, or it's going to come off, and we're going to spew over and take out the lows and come into this gap area down here, back test the 50 and the 20-day moving average. So just keep in mind, may have to wear our hard hats a little bit longer than we'd like to. One thing I've noticed is that this range that we of balance area that we had back in this area is kind of almost the exact same, right? Almost the exact same range and balance. Are we finding acceptance in that before a big move up, or are we rejecting here because we have a lot of inventory being distributed from people that were accumulating down here at the lows. Anybody that bought below the 200-day moving average, are they selling up here, and distributing up here only for us to roll back over? That's speculation. Uh, we'll just take it one day at a time, let this thing trade out, see which way we take this out, and kind of monitor it and go with it, uh, for continuation. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave a thumbs up. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope you learned something. Stay beautiful. You stops. Catch you.